Welcome back to Hardball. Now for the politics fix in our roundtable tonight. The heavyweights again, David Ignatius of the Washington Post, CNBC's John Harwood, who's somewhere else in his headquarters here, and social commentator. I love you, Nancy. You're the best.
Oh, thanks.
Nancy, John, I'm glad you could come back because I want to talk about, did you grow up in the South or the North? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Queens, New York.
Okay, you're in New York. Do you have any Southerners here, anywhere here? We're talking South Carolina. Harwood's not from down there either.
I was born in Kentucky.
I have relatives that are from the deep South.
Okay.
Born in Kentucky, went to school in North Carolina, dude.
Okay. Okay, dude. Border state leading to the Tar Heel state. Let me ask you then, you've got the bona fides here. South Carolina looks to be, like it was in the Civil War, the gunshot that's going to perhaps end this Civil War in the Republican Party. If McCain wins down there, do you accept the argument from Mr. Pat Buchanan, an erstwhile, an occasional Republican, that will do it for McCain? That'll put him up front, and then he has to duke it out with the money man, Romney, for the whole shebang, to go on against Hillary or Barack or whoever.
I don't agree with Pat. Look, I thought that was possible after New Hampshire, that he was going to roll into Michigan, win there, and really get something going. The fact that he was not strong enough to win Michigan, and Mitt Romney did not exactly go in there as a ball of fire, because Mitt Romney had been disappointed in both Iowa and New Hampshire. I think that tells you something about how tenuous John McCain's hold on the Republican electorate is. He got killed among Republicans. He did well among independents, but there weren't enough of them. I think if he wins South Carolina, then he has a chance, once again, to try to get something going. He'd have to do that in Florida. If he can put two together in those two states, in South Carolina and Florida, then I would go with Pat and say he's got a clear upper hand, but not until he does both.
Let me go right here with David. McCain, I guess the big question is, are we going to see this field become clearer? I mean, this has been several weeks now. We thought this campaign would be fast. The Republican Party seems to get more diffuse every week. It doesn't winnow in, it winnows out.
You know,
exactly.
The spread in these first primaries has been striking. I don't think a knockout punch is possible for McCain in South Carolina, but I do think that national polls are beginning to show him as a stronger candidate again. I do.
But
think
if he loses in South Carolina starting it, will he lose that national?
No,
edge?
I don't think that's a knockout punch.
Okay, let's bring in Nancy here to take a look at this Republican fight before we finish here. We've got McCain 2 points ahead in the latest poll. We've got MSNBC's got McCain at 27, Huckabee at 25. Based upon our successes and lack thereof in New Hampshire, I'm hesitant to say a 2-point spread in the polls 2 days before an election means anything. But there you have it, two guys fighting for the lead. If Huckabee wins, it seems like he's back in the business. If McCain loses, he's back in a 4 or 5-way fight.
Well, I would hope after what happened in New Hampshire that all of you guys would kind of calm down and not just base anybody's campaign on the latest win, because as was said earlier, it's just such a wide open field with the Republicans. I mean, Huckabee, I've interviewed him, and I talked to him years ago when he was living in the trailer because they were redoing the governor's mansion. He's very personable. He's lovely to speak to, but his whole idea of like the Constamandments, you know, sort of combining the Constitution, the 10 Commandments, or the godliness is just a little freaky, don't you think? I just can't see him making a real big play that's going to last that long. And McCain, although he's got some very strong views and he's sort of kept steady with all of his thoughts about Iraq, no offense, but to me, looks kind of long in the tooth and a little frail. I don't know how else to say it.
You are so tough. This guy's freaky,
Chris.
the other guy's long in the tooth. Who do you think is a prospect? Who's alive here?
Well, I don't know. I worry about McCain. I mean, every once in a while he gets out and he talks, and maybe it's because he's not the best public speaker that I just think, he's not really inspiring, you know?
Now, Nancy, you admit that Mitt Romney looks pretty good, right?
He does, but I worry about him in deep ways. I almost think he's a sociopath because he... No, I'm
freaky
serious.
sociopath.
He flips, Chris.
Long in the tooth.
He flips with the wind. I mean, the only thing steady about Mitt Romney to me has been his faith. He does, you know, he believes in his faith, but he's switched up all of his positions so easily and staring people straight in the face. I mean, today he was questioned about whether his campaign consultant is actually a, oh gosh, I'm losing all my faculties for English.
A lobbyist.
Thank you. And he said, well, no, he's just a consultant. He's not a lobbyist. I didn't say that he worked with me. It's just, I mean, the words, it's just, that guy, I can't trust him farther than I can throw him.
Well,
hey, Chris,
I want to deconstruct. He did say that the guy was a consultant, an advisor, but not a paid advisor. That was his defense. He is a lobbyist.
Yeah,
and he beat up on a reporter in the process.
Yeah, he was really tough on that guy that was sitting down there in the huddle. Let me go to John. Last thought there, John?
Chris, just wanted to say all these Republican candidates are just really weak. Look at it. Mike Huckabee's done nothing outside of Iowa. John McCain couldn't follow up in Michigan. Mitt Romney lost his 2 big targets. Fred Thompson hasn't done much. Rudy Giuliani's numbers are going down.
Please.
We got to wait till somebody proves something in this field.
Okay, we'll be right back with a roundtable to see if there's a Republican candidate this year. The Politics Fix, back in a minute on Hardball.